Hi everyone, welcome to another devlog for Itray. This is a narrative-driven racing game that I'm currently working on, and these devlogs I intend to use as a means of like showcasing what I'm working on for the week and as a catalyst for accountability. I want something to be done every week, and these videos are more so a motivation to do something every week because I don't want everyone to have like a 0 day, as they call it in the industry. Anyway, so this week I've been working on cutscene animations per my concluding comments in the last video. So I really thought this was going to be difficult. I thought I was going to have to spend all week figuring out how to set up my own AI to do its own pathfinding, but Godot has uh, easy to implement systems in place for pathfinding. So I've just been following tutorials, so I don't know what's going on, to be completely honest, but I think like I've hit the ceiling on what I want to do with it anyway, so in my opinion it doesn't really matter if I don't understand everything. Anyway, so we've got a navigation region, and this just calculates where agents, so where characters can move on a map. So you can see on these boxes, it automatically calculated this polygon, and I'm sure you can manually assign it, but this works for now. And we have a grid map. This was just part of the tutorial. I don't think I'll be using this in the game because I don't really like how the grids, like how grid environments look. And yeah, our navigation agent is this dude, Luca, the main character of the game. And he kind of behaves, he will take an input being a position, and then the agent attached to him will calculate where he should be each update. I don't know if it might update each frame, I'm not sure. Uh, but it basically finds points toward that position, which the first one is, well, here, right? And he'll walk there. Okay. So we'll go ahead and play that. Yeah, so this is like in dev stuff. So he walks right there. And like without coding anything, I can just move this to another part, right? Hopefully he behaves. Yeah. See? I'm stoked because this makes cutscene animation so easy. Like I can just tell actors or agents where to go and they'll go there without me coding anything. Like completely stoked. And the place I'm handling all of this is in the dialogue manager. I think this is going to be key to the entire game. Um, and I'm treating it as like a screenplay. So we have like Luca moves to Luca Marker 1, and here we have some animations like he'll kneel and then he's going to collapse and then next scene. So this really acts as like a very readable screenplay that calls functions from, let's say, the the scene, I suppose. Right? So within this, we have Luca, which is just the character, the character body 3D, and then that has its own animations here, right? So Neo, he uses an animation, Collapse uses a different animation, and this is like a very basic state machine. Like, I'm not even using half of this because this is part of the tutorial I was following. Anyway, we can go back in there and see the animations. So right now it's an idle animation. He's just breathing. Okay, he's walking, walk animation, and then like a kneel animation, and then this horrible like intermediary animation that I did myself in about 15 seconds. Kind of looks like he's just humping the air. And lastly, he falls down. I like that one. Right? And then we have the next beat, and so this moves on to the next part of the screenplay. And it's got Redmond here, one of the other characters, and Marco. Okay, and they're talking about whatever, and reveal some minor details about their characters, and they find the boy who collapsed. And this will be animated as well. I was just putting the systems in place this week. So that's that. I've pretty much set up the systems required for cutscenes. Like all that would need to be added now is like um, calling signals that adjust the game state so the game keeps track of where the player is in the story. But that's completely achievable. So this was a big success this week. Like we got cutscenes working, and I had a little go at like how I'm going to design the interiors. So it's not a grid map, but it is modular. Like it's just say this is a strut, right? And then we have like a post. We've got a wall. We've got a floor, right? And I'll just cobble those together to make interiors, and from there add textures to make it look nice. As for the art direction, I've mentioned this before, but I really like the the look and feel of Mabinogi. I'll get a picture up. Yeah, so this is an environment from the game. So it's kind of like, what do you call it? Harvest Moon 64, if you've ever played that, where like anything that's not in the interior is just completely black, and I think that's fine. I used to not enjoy it as a kid, but I think it's fine. I don't want to like render an entire world every time you step into an interior. Anyway, so this is modular. It's just like they've got nice little assets that they've chucked in there. Um, but yeah, so interiors are completely doable. I even like tested a navigation region on this, and I think it worked. Yeah, so navigation region works. That means the agents are going to work. Um, yeah, so all's well on that front. And next, probably want to talk about um, yeah, like what my focus is going to be on next. So I think I've got all the basic systems in place to implement changes to the story. Now I actually have to focus on gameplay, um, which is something I've been avoiding because it's so important, I guess, to get right. And this is probably going to take the longest amount of time because I haven't even decided how I'm going to make the levels yet, I'll be completely honest. Like, this is my prototype. I don't know what I just clicked on there. Yeah, this is my prototype. So this is just a CSG polygon, um, which at this scale generates millions of polygons, which is not good. Um, like even after baking it, it's just gonna chew so much needless memory for something that's just like an extruded like one-dimensional line, right? It shouldn't take up that much uh, resources. So, um, I'm probably gonna make the entire track in Blender, and that way I can also chuck in the environment around it, so like trees and stuff, and rocks, make it a little bit more pretty, because right now it's just floating in the middle of space, which is not good. Um, I don't think I can start it from here, so let's go back. Oh yeah, and I fixed like walking, so it only walks when I have inputs. So yeah, I think this looks nice. Anyway, talk to Marco. Oh my God, what have I done? Shit. Well, pause. Maybe it's that. Okay. I broke the entire game. So, um, yeah, so we have animations, they're autoplay at the moment, but and like I'm missing some assets like the pole should be colored, right? And Marco should be holding a map. It kind of just looks like he's falling asleep right now. And the boat's like super simple. It doesn't have any texture. It's just color. But I was able to like stop water from clipping through the boat, so it actually looks like a boat now. And I think the movement looks way better now. It actually feels like, I don't know, it feels like the characters are actually interacting with the world. I still have to get like the camera follow. Oh yeah, and you can see the water still clips through the characters. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. But I will fix it. It's just probably not that high on the priority list. And like, well, we're done with that. We can go to the race avatar and we can go to Ray Redmond, who will be doing the majority of the animations, and we'll see that I've actually, these are all animated by me and I'm really happy with them. Right? So this happens when he wants to turn left, right? So his pole kind of acts like a rudder. And then, opposite way, it exactly acts like a rudder. So left and right, and for each of those, he has like a little idle, and he wants to keep the rudder there, so he's just breathing a little, he's nodding his head a little bit. Um, and like I need to rename these. Is not control rig action 4. Yeah, that's just idling, so that should be auto playing, really. And then that's what's auto playing now, the actual kicking off, right? And what's this one? Another idle animation? I don't know why there are two of them. Anyway, so, and another animation I want to add is like if he's already propelling forward, like what if a player inputs forward and a direction left or right, then I want kind of Marco to lean to that side, because that's what you do in an actual situation. If you wanted forward propulsion and also turning, Marco would probably realistically, hey mate, he would probably realistically help out by leaning his weight onto either side of the boat. Um, yeah, really happy with these. Um, from now, what? Oh, there's no end on it. Oh yeah, like the textures when I load them in, they're so wacky. Like some faces are only visible from certain angles, and I had a problem with the boat with that, but I fixed it, so I have faith that I'll fix that as well. Anyway, yeah, that's that's pretty much what I've been working on this week. Lots of good progress, and now we're gonna dive into making actual levels in Blender and making assets for said levels. Once that's done, once I've got my tutorial level done, like I just need to grind assets, really. I have to make like interiors, exteriors, like trees, rocks, the grass, stone, the water, and for interiors, I have to make the walls, the floors, lighting, uh, interior decor. And I'm honestly looking forward to it. Like I love making art, but it's going to be a grind after I solidify my systems for making levels. But in less than 2 months, I think we've got something that looks like a game, and I think it's going to be good. Like honestly, like um, I daydream about the story like all the time, and I'm just adding and adding and adding, and I feel like that's a good sign because I feel like a lot of creators, like a lot of artists, they get locked into an idea of what they want it to be, but there's a certain threshold you reach where it's like you're comfortable with scrapping entire ideas, and I think that's where creativity can really grow and blossom. Um, yeah. So even though I've done like the intro scene, I've already thought like, oh, like the interaction with Redmond and Marco could be different, and I'm comfortable with scrapping that to make the story more engaging. Yeah. So Blender level design, and then from there, probably controls, like how to make the boat more responsive, well, not responsive, but more satisfying to use. And I think that'll really be informed by playtesting from my friends mostly because no one watches these videos, so I can't give you playtest builds. Um, so my friends will be helping me out with that. Um, because I want it to feel like a boat, but I also want it to be fun to play. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, subscribe, please. Like the video. Um, yeah, that's the best way. If you want to play test this, show me that you're interested. Thanks.